I don't expect people to be here for this live stream, but there has to be a few people to say something and use logic and reality instead of what makes people feel good or what they were told to believe and accept without question their entire life. The social media, ladies and gentlemen, here in the United States, have been lying to us for years. You're going to get half truths, or you're going to get a half-assed story and not the whole story to get a full understanding of what the heck's going on. And people blindly take sides immediately on an issue and not realize that they're on the wrong side when you look at the grand scheme of things and you know the whole story. And that's where a lot of Americans have a hard time coming to terms with admitting that they were wrong about something very serious. And for me, this type of level of ignorance just irritates me to no end. I was sort of dead against doing this, but with all that keeps going on every day in the media, I can't take it anymore. I got to at least make a video that somebody can turn to and listen to just for a few moments. And you don't have to believe everything I say. You can look up everything I say, because everybody Googles everything. Well, I don't trust Google entirely, but that's a good place to start. Going to an actual public library and going to the index, those little tiny wooden filing cabinets. They still have them. They had index cards, told you where, if a book you're looking for, it'll tell you what section it's in. And this dipshit in the black pickup truck that just passed me almost got into an accident behind me. But I don't expect a lot of people to do this. And I want to tell you, and I am addressing YouTube right now. You can fight me on rhetoric all you want, but when it comes to language, I will correct you on it. Now, you can have a belief about what certain words mean because that's what you feel or what you were told to believe about certain words, what they mean. But when you look at the actual dictionary from years past and you look it up, it means something totally different. So let's not go with popular belief. Let's go with what the Webster's Dictionary said. And I'm talking about an old dictionary. Get one from the 50s or 60s. Because over the years, they like to, come up new editions of the Webster's Dictionary, but they like to change shit. And you can't tell me that hasn't happened because I've seen it. Let's start with being anti-Semitic. Let's just kill this dog right away. I am far from being anti-Semitic. Matter of fact, I'm pro-Semitic. Now, what does that mean to people? They think I'm talking about Jewish people. Well, Jewish people is not a race. Jewish people, being Jewish, that's a religion. Just like I'm Christian. Which denomination? Catholicism. But the Jewish people are Semitic people. But they're not the only ones that are Semitic. The Muslims, everybody in the Middle East, they are known as the Semitic people. But you were told that. Because immediately when you hear anti-Semitism, you think somebody's a racist that's against Jews. That's not true. If somebody's anti-Semitic, that means they hate Muslims, Jews, both sides of there's you got your Orthodox Jews and what's that other one? I can't remember, but there's different sects of every religion. Just like Christianity has God knows how many different denominations. Well, that goes along with all the other religions too. But being narrow-minded, as a lot of people are, they think the Muslims as a whole. No. There's big differences, and the two major ones is Sunni and Shiite. They never got along. They never will. They've been fighting each other for thousands of years, and they don't like each other. That's why when the story back at the beginning of this century we're in right now, when our vice president, Dick Cheney, said that and tried to convince the American people because they were stupid enough to believe this, or ignorant enough, let's put it that way. They're not stupid, they were ignorant because they didn't know. They said that Saddam Hussein offered safe haven to Osama bin Laden. Now, if that had been true, Osama bin Laden would have told Saddam Hussein to go fuck himself. Why? Because Saddam Hussein is a Sunni and Osama bin Laden is a Shia. And yes, there's a big difference. Like, I think it's the Hasidic Jews and the Orthodox Jews. There's a difference there, too. Just like, I'm Catholic, and you got Baptists, you got Lutheran, you got Methodist. There is a bit of a difference between all those denominations also. And you got your evil evangelicals. Yes, I call them evil evangelicals because I don't know what type of Jesus they believe in, but it's not the one that I've learned about. No, Jesus didn't come here to make us all rich. But this is all beside the point, okay? This is about a long, drawn-out fight, and people will not see the forest between the trees. I mean, it's ridiculous. But you being an American, let me lay this on you. Look up June 8th, 1967, and that's the end game of it all. I'm going to ask you the question. Do you support our troops as an American? Do you support our Marines and sailors and troops and airmen? Do you really? I'm being serious. And at that same time, you say you're going to support Israel? Are you sure about that? Look up June 8th, 1967, the USS Liberty and what happened. And you get on YouTube and put on the search field survivors, surviving sailors and Marines from that ship. They will not agree with anybody that that was an accident. So who are you going to believe? Our sailors and Marines? Or are you going to believe the other side? I know who our true enemies are. And no, it's not the Jewish people. It was the ones who were in charge. Well, Mr. Yahoo, yes, I call him that, Mr. Yahoo, Netanyahu, I call him Yahoo, is a terrorist. You didn't know that because back then in the 60s, he was. And he was a part of that attack on our naval ship. And yes, they did know it was an American ship. How could you miss a 16-foot battle standard of an American flag at the top of the ship? You ain't gonna miss that. You've been flying over our ship all day long because the surviving sailors will tell you that. They knew it was identified as an American ship. And by the way, the USS Liberty was the most highly decorated ship in World War II. But I'm telling you people, you can't be both. You either support our troops or you can support Israel and spit in the face of our sailors and Marines. It's your choice. Don't get mad at me, but that's the facts. And you look at a map, pre-1948, Israel did not exist. It was known as Palestine. But if you want to go back even further than that, yeah, the book of Exodus in the Bible. Well, when Moses brought them over there were already people there. This wasn't barren desert land. There were already people there, which we know of, the Palestinians and Muslims that lived there. Eventually became part of the Ottoman Empire. Then it was busted up, it became Palestine. And the British, had that as a colony. And after World War II, they wanted the Jewish people to have their own country, so they gave them the northern half of Palestine and called it Israel. But ever since then, it's your Israelis that have been invading people moving in, kicking people off their land through force. They took the Golan Heights from Syria. And you look at a map today, Palestine is damn near non-existent. You got the Gaza Strip, which is it's actually an open-air prison. It's only 7 miles wide. And then you got the West Bank. And you look at the news reports of some of these people, like the former prime minister, saying that they're a bunch of Nazis. No. I've been there before for a week. I was going to stay 2, but I got sickened by what I was seeing, and I'm like, I'm out of here. I can't stand this anymore. I go to countries not only just to see the sights like everybody else does and say, oh, I've been there, it makes me an expert. No, it does not make you an expert just because you visited that country. Did you dig into the culture? Did you talk to people? And I'm talking all bunch of different people. I'm not an expert because I haven't been there long enough to learn everything. But what I saw with my own eyes was despicable. Yeah, those Israeli soldiers. I can't talk. I saw Israeli soldiers shoot and kill a woman and a child, and all she had on, or what she was carrying, was a basket of vegetables and her 5-year-old son. And they saw fit to execute this woman right there in public with her child, too. Now, you want God bless these people? Are you kidding me? Unless you believe in a different God totally than the one that I was raised to believe in what God was. And I'll tell you what, if that's the true God that okays people to be summary executed, well, I'll go to fucking hell then, because I'm not going to believe them, and I don't believe in that God at all. Because that tells me that this God is flawed, doesn't have a conscience either. Because regardless of what somebody's race, whatever religion they are, they're all human beings. They all bleed red. And they can all bear children. They're the same DNA as us. Now, do you still want to live in caveman days? You know, the United States here especially, we're supposed to be the melting pot of the world. But yet we're still talking about this crap? It's people like this that believe this crap and want to keep it going is what is holding humanity back. It's holding us back to reach that next step of our evolution, to move on, to improve humanity as a whole, instead of, well, only me but not you. Yeah, that needs to go in the dustbin of history too. Because only thinking of me but not you, is that what Jesus would support? You think Jesus would have told us that? If you're a Christian? No, he didn't say that, did he? You think Jesus would bless people like that? No, he wouldn't. And the United States, my country, they're supporting this crap with arms, bombs, bullets, guns, planes, and tanks. The Palestinians aren't getting support from anybody. Oh, what do they got? They got rocks and slingshots. Something that's very primitive. You can make all the excuses you want, but if somebody were to give the Palestinians and heavily arm them on the other side, oh, the Israelis would finally have a freaking fight on their hands. But you see, these people don't. And the Israelis, they don't care. They just load up a plane full of bombs and bomb the shit out of this place. Matter of fact, the week I was over there, they bombed the Gaza Strip twice. And I'm like, what the hell's this for? Oh, just systematically do it. Nobody cares. And this is personal to me. Yeah, I have a friend. He died almost 2 years ago. Or it might have been 2 years ago. Murad. And he was Palestinian. Yes, this is personal to me. A good friend. But people, you need to do some soul searching, okay? Those Israelites, if you're a Christian, they don't care about you. Mostly the Zionist Jews. They do not like you. They don't care. You can support them and kiss their ass all you want. They still do not like you. If you're not them, they will not like you. They proved that when they what they did to the USS Liberty. I mean, look it up. I'm serious. You can find plenty of videos on YT. But I'm getting sick of hearing this. And our media always, and I'll tell you why, they always paint the Israelites as the victim. And they always say Hamas and the Palestinians are the terrorists, don't they? Really? And I'll tell you why that is. Because our media is bought and paid for by private individuals. And yes, Rupert Murdoch, look at it. He's Jewish. And do you think the owner of that media outlet that he owns, but Fox News is one of them, do you think he's going to allow those news reporters to say anything bad about Israel? No. He's going to demonize the Palestinians and Hamas and paint the Israelites as the victim every freaking time. And no, I am not anti-Semitic. I am pro-Semitic. I have Jewish friends. Named pointedly, Ira Levine was one of my dad's closest friends. My dad would send him a Christmas card. Ira would send him a Hanukkah card. These two were funny together. They made jokes all the time, but they were best of friends. And with a name like Ira Levine, you can't get any more Jewish than that. And my family is a fruit salad. There's a lot of different ethnicalities in my family. But I'm sorry I'm getting a little bit aggressive and a little bit loose with the language, but this kind of thing angers me because my country is doing it in my name. And I'm stating it here now. I do not support what my country is doing. I have the freedom to accept what my leaders do or disprove it, even though I have no say. Well, I don't have any say, but I will say this. I do not approve. And if they don't like it, they can kiss my padded ass. See, this is what being a true American is about. And yes, I will face the consequences of my free speech that I just exercised here. And if YT wants to take this video down and ban me from YT, well, they can kiss my padded ass too. People are going to find out the truth. And do you want to be on the wrong side of history? Oh, yeah, they may win. They may kick ass. They may do this, blah, blah, blah. But history shows you all tyrants, all empires come to a tragic end, don't they? And justice, in the end, always gets done now, don't it? I like to believe that good always prevails. Not always. That's why in the Middle East, I will not ever go back to one of those countries again until it changes. All the human rights violations that Israel's guilty of, all the broken international laws they get away with, along with Saudi Arabia, too. When I was there, I saw a public beheading That was one of the most disgusting things I ever witnessed in my life. That's why I'll never go back to that country again. And plus, these people, along with the Israelites and the people of Saudi, they look at you as an infidel. They don't like you either. Yeah, they'll do business with you, but they will not ever see you as an equal. There are few people that are from that country that came to the States that view things differently because they become what we call Americanized, and their eyes were open, and they started seeing people as equal, even though they weren't being treated equally because of who they are. They're trying to get on a plane. Oh, you're from the Middle East. Oh, we got to inspect your ass. Yeah, but you're going to get it raw here. And I'm serious. If you want to talk about it, we will. But this rhetoric and language, yeah, I'm going to defeat you every time on it. Yeah, you may believe that being anti-Semitic only means the Jewish people. You're wrong. You need to look up who the Semites are, or Semi, or however they pronounced it, because I think it was Semi. And let's go back to the scriptures of the Hebrew religion, the Jewish people. It even states in there that God has not given them the sign yet to come back. That's why a lot of Jewish people still have not gone there, because God told them it's not time yet. But these people saw fit to create the country and push all these people off their land. And oh man, it's so godly like, isn't it? Not in my eyes. I'm sorry, I don't believe in a God like that. Yeah, God would support and bless people that are systematically bombing the shit out of people, men, women, and children. No, thank you. I'll stick to the way I believe in God and Jesus. I come from a non-judgmental religion, at least the churches I went to, which were Roman Catholic. Now, you'll run into a few people that maybe have been judgmental at another Catholic church, but the Catholic church that I always attended, people were non-judgmental. Who are we to judge is what we would tell you. We're not going to judge you. Oh, these gay people over here, I'm not going to judge them. Because we all got skeletons in our own closet now, don't we? We all have our own sins to answer for. So I'm not going to waste my breath and time and worry about somebody else's sins when I got my own to worry about. And I'm not going to judge these people on theirs when I got my own to worry about. I'm not going to worry about somebody else's to build myself up to make myself feel better. Because I don't have an ego either. Now in this video, I may have hurt some feelings. It's not my intent. My intent is to educate people properly. I'm not going to tell you what to think. I'm trying to teach you how to think. There's a big difference. Well, I've ranted enough, went over 24 minutes, and I got to stop this live stream. I'm going through a lot of crap right now, broken heart, everything. I got to get out of here. I appreciate it, guys. I hope you watch the replay and take the time to listen to me.